Well, good morning. Okay, I'm just going to jump right into it. So, I grew up knowing about Jesus, and he has always been a name I've heard. I always knew that he had a great plan for my life, since he carried me to safety through 2 open heart surgeries. Even if I didn't know what specifically his plan was, I knew it was going to be a great one. This knowledge that God had given to me gave me strength and hope through some of the most difficult challenges I've ever faced. Growing up, I struggled terribly with OCD, the kind that makes you think that if you don't touch a doorknob 20 times, your whole family will die. It sounds crazy, but these are scary thoughts, and they're even scarier when you were just a child. I can't think of an age or a time in my life when OCD wasn't there swaying my every decision. It seemed like it had always been there. I felt alone, scared, and crazy, since no one at the time knew what it was. Moving past this subject, but things still got worse in order for them to get better. My father, who by no means was ever religious or had any care for Jesus, was later saved by him. This was a very opposite lifestyle that my family was not used to coming from him. I know he meant well, but he became very strict on all of us, and we all felt very forced to become like my dad and become Christians. He went a lot further than planting a seed in our lives. When me and my family saw this, we thought that was how all Christians acted, which at the time seemed negative. So it only made us want to keep our distance from God. With that said, I looked at God differently. I wanted to have a relationship with him, not because he is wonderful and loving, but because I was scared of the consequences I'd face if I didn't. After being told multiple times that if I don't turn from my old ways and instead turn to God's, that I'd end up in hell, it made my OCD even worse, and also led to me being confused and trying to save myself. Although I know that what he said was true, to be coming to God only with fear and obligation is the wrong way to approach him. I prayed to God so many times for him to save me, but I never felt anything. I tried my best to live as a Christian, but always seemed to fall short. As I got older and gained more wisdom about this, I began to realize I was trying to save myself by my own works and on my own time. I was soon reminded that it isn't my attempts and my works that makes me a child of God. It is through Jesus and his wonderful love and sacrifice he has made for me that saves me. Not because of the things I do, but because of what he has already done out of love for me. After this, I stopped trying to save myself. I prayed and said, God, I know I could never save myself, no matter how hard I try. I know you have a plan for me, and I trust you. I am done trying my own ways, and I am giving this to you. Your will be done, not my own. So I waited for the Lord's timing, not my own. I knew he had a story for me, so I gave it to him to write it. After this, I slowly began seeing changes in who I am. The Holy Spirit was living in me and changing the way I viewed and thought of things. God showed me more and more each day who he is and how to live for him. Everything changed for me when I began to take matters out of my own hands and instead put them into God's hands. Another wonderful thing that happened was when I realized the OCD and anxiety that had been causing my suffering for as long as I can remember was completely gone. I can only describe that as a miracle. I have never felt so free, and I have never felt joy and peace that lasts even through difficult times. Wait for the Lord, believe and trust wholeheartedly that he will deliver you in his timing, not yours. You will discover that it was never you that had to wait and be patient. It was God that was patient towards you. I truly couldn't imagine where I'd be right now if it wasn't for God stepping in at the perfect time. There is absolutely nothing that God cannot do.